What is up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to Eagles Post Game Live, guys. If you're new to this channel, please be sure to smash that subscribe button. Hit that like button if you guys love the Birds, who moved to 3-5 after a 44-6 victory over the daunting, formidable Detroit Lions. I'm sorry, Shane. Super Bowl, baby. Here we come. What do you say, man? We're going all the way, right?
Let's do it. Winning out now. Well, the math is complicated with the 17-game season now. I used to know this off the top of my head. What would it be? 12-5? Went out, go 12-5 now?
Oh, man. Obviously, a lot of sarcasm, guys. If you were watching that game, well, I'll ask you. By the way, follow my man Shane on Twitter at @halfandhalf_TPL. Amazing follow. So many great Eagles tweets. Real in-depth Eagles tweets. Can't not follow this guy, my man Shane. But how do you not start off with talking about how bad the Detroit Lions looked when an Eagles defense, Jonathan Gannon, just was getting shredded the previous week? I think I got to call it out. The player of the game was the NFL schedule gods for giving this game, especially for me. It's trick or treat night, and we're heading out. I'm dressing up as Batman, and we're gonna have some fun. But what an easy win, 44-6. Were the Eagles that good or the Lions that bad? What do you think?
The Lions were atrocious. I don't understand. This is a team that took the Vikings to the brink and should have beat them. They played the Rams tough last year. I mean, they lost to the Ravens on an NFL record-length field goal after Lamar Jackson converted a 4th and 23 earlier this year. I just don't understand. This isn't – it doesn't make sense to me how bad the Lions looked today, but they were awful. The good news is – I think it was Joe pointed out on Twitter. I said something about I'm looking forward to watching the Lions play during Thanksgiving dinner. And he said he plays Matt Nagy's Bears, and I didn't even realize that. I said I might actually just talk to my family and not watch football this Thanksgiving.
I go straight to the first half when you talk about the Eagles' lack of offense, the Eagles' inability to stop anybody defensively. The Eagles were up 17-0 at the half. Jalen Hurts was only 5 of 8 for 51 yards. 27 of those had 27 yards on the ground. A couple nice scrambles there, no doubt. But the running backs of the Eagles, 14 carries, not including Jalen Hurts and Jalen Reagor, of course, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5.6 yards per carry. They had 127 yards on the ground, the Eagles, at the half. They averaged 116 per game this season. So that's got to be a take, right? Like the Nick Sirianni's commitment to the run game. What was your take on that? Should we, be thinking that maybe Nick Sirianni figured it out? Should we be thinking that Jonathan Gannon, which we saw a lot more pressures and a lot more, change-ups on this defense? What's your real take? Should we just look at it? It's the Detroit Lions. It's the Detroit Lions. It's the Detroit Lions. Or should we be a little more hopeful that maybe we're going to see, a different kind of offense than we've seen in the past?
Well, I think you saw the Eagles come in with this approach on offense last week. They came out run heavy under center, and then Miles Sanders goes down, and then you blink and you're down 3 scores. And they had to get out of that game flow. And so I think what you saw this week is the game plan they had last week, and it just all fell apart after the Sanders injury and some quick Raiders touchdowns. The defense couldn't get off the field. I think this is what they wanted to do last week. Now, I don't think it's going to be as effective every week as it was against the Lions. The Lions' run defense is not that good, and they looked like a team that was lost. And so you're not going to see it look this good every week. But people say, you can divide players into a couple of categories in the NFL. You have players you win in spite of, players you win with, and players you win because of. And I think Jalen Hurts is solidly in that camp of a player you can win with. If you can have that sort of a running game, if you can let him run and you can ask him not to do that much throwing the ball. And for the Eagles to win games, that's what it needs to be. Hurts he's demonstrated his inability to push that ball downfield and to be the focus of a pass-heavy offense, which is the type of offense you need in today's NFL. But in the short term, it can look a lot better. It can be a lot more competitive if they're going to take this approach.
Julio says, now this is how we need to play defense and run the ball. Sign Howard, make him running back 2. Miles Sanders 1. Ty Book, my man, says, thank you for running the football. The other take, especially going back to that first half, had to be the performance of the defensive line. They had 6 sacks overall today, led by Josh Sweat, who had 2 sacks. This was a team that was bottom of the league in sack percentage. What did Jonathan Gannon do to kind of reinvigorate this Eagles defensive line? Milton Williams had his first sack. Good job for the Philadelphia Eagles. Congrats, Milton Williams. That was great. But
Jared Jackson had his first strip sack.
Yeah, there was a lot to like from this defensive line. Again, I don't want to like breathe in deep dive too much into this win, but it was good to see a lot of pressure from this Eagles defensive line. What was your take on that Eagles defensive line, man?
Well, they had 6 sacks, like you said. Javon Hargrave only had 1 tackle all day, and it wasn't
That's
a tackle for loss or a sack. So their best defensive line player throughout the whole year, he was absent today, and not as a knock on him. I mean, the defensive ends were collapsing the pocket so fast, but I mean, you saw Jonathan Gannon bring blitzes. You saw blitzing. You saw some man coverage. I'm going to have to watch the tape back, but I suspect we played a lot more man coverage than we did last week. And the linebackers, they were just more active, both in the blitz, not passively spot dropping 10, 15 yards downfield. And so, again, I called this out on Chalk Talk. The Lions' leading yards per reception guy is a 4.7 40 guy. And so you could afford to be aggressive here. I'm not sure if you can do that down the road, but it was nice to see a counterpunch here from Jonathan Gannon, a guy who's been under fire a lot lately.
A quick nod to TJ Edwards. We'll get into our player of the game very soon, but TJ Edwards had 2 tackles for loss today, 8 tackles. He was all over the field, especially in that first half. Julio says Jonathan Gannon actually had the backs playing up on a blitz now. That's how you need to play call. So to win out. Ty Book says, love seeing the defensive pressure today. The Lions are bad, though.
I do want to point out,
right?
I do want to point out, Fletcher Cox had the statement this week that he doesn't get paid to play running back screens. He gets paid to sack the quarterback. He had one tackle today. You know what it was on?
What?
A running back screen. I thought that was funny.
Oh, man. The Lions had 18 rushing yards there in the first half. What did they end up with here overall? Because they got nothing. I don't know what the garbage – there might have been some garbage yards there.
They were overall 18 carries for 57 yards.
Nice. Love to see that. TJ Hawkins had 10 receptions for 89 yards, but overall didn't really make that much of a difference. Let's move on to Jalen Hurts. Let's look at his stats real quick. Jalen Hurts ended the game 9 of 14, 103 yards. He had 7 carries for 71 yards, so 174 yards total. But he did have a couple of nice scrambles. He did have a couple of nice throws. What was your take on Jalen Hurts? And what was your kind of quick grade on his performance today?
He's a huge plus in the passing game, and when things break down, he is a negative. In the rushing game, he's a negative in the passing game. I saw him get nervous and bail from some clean pockets, miss some guys that were open. Mm-hmm. But then you see a free rusher come off of the edge, and he makes the guy miss and scrambles 12 yards for a first down. And so that's just what you're going to get with him. He's going to miss some routine plays, and he's going to make some plays where other quarterbacks would be dead in the water. Overall, I'm going to give him like a C grade for today. I didn't think he did anything truly outstanding. He was fine. He was a player that you could win with, but the usage of him was so much better than it has been in previous weeks.
I fully agree with that. Yeah, I'm probably in that C range, C plus range. He didn't do anything that hurt you. He had a couple nice throws to Goddard, I think. Again, the chemistry with Devontae, not exactly great. Julio says Lions are bad, but they beat the Rams. They almost beat the Rams, the Ravens, and they did the best against great teams. Sounds a lot like the Eagles of years past, where the Eagles would play the best against the best teams and the worst against the worst teams. So interesting take. That I don't know, man. Like that had to go down as one of the worst overall team performances I've seen from a team that this Detroit Lions. I'm sorry, Lions fans, if you're watching, but I'm pretty sure you agree. You can't deny that was not good football. I think at one point the Lions were averaging like 2 yards per play.
Yeah,
it was something. And I was like in the back of my head, I was thinking like That's what like other fans of other teams must feel like when they're playing the Eagles. Like, so let's go into your player of the game, man. Who's your Eagles player of the game?
I'm going to give it to Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat notched 2 first-half sacks. He almost had a third on a play. He kind of got held on a little bit. He collapsed the pocket. He made an impact all game, which is something you really want to see from the guy, especially since the Eagles already extended him. I thought it was a really good game from Josh Sweat.
I'm going to give this I'm going to give a player of the game, and that is my man Boston Scott and Jordan Howard. They had 24 carries, 117 yards, and 4 touchdowns today. The Eagles running backs got it done. Again, the caveat that, Wentz just lost the game? Did the Colts just lose? I'm not sure what's going on. But that is good news for the Philadelphia Eagles 100%, considering the draft pick situation. So for me personally, I'm going to go Howard, and I'm going to go Boston Scott as my player of the game. I thought they kind of forced their will, the Eagles offensive line, and set the tone. They set the tone for this game on the ground, which is a really nice thing to see considering what we have seen the last 7 weeks. Wentz just threw a pick 6 with little time left. Oh my God. Okay. We gotta watch that. If you can find that tweet, Shane, we'll put that up because
I can confirm he did it, but I don't. I'll look for a play of it here.
Oh, snap! What was the score of the Dolphins-Bills game? Bills are up 20-11 with 2 minutes left. All right, so the Eagles win. It hurts their draft position for sure, moving 3 to 5. But the Dolphins, potentially losing here and moving to 1-7. That is definitely a storyline to watch. So the Colts losing and the Dolphins losing. Love to see that.
Okay, I got the play here. Give me just a second.
Share it?
I'll throw it up. Yeah,
I really want to see this.
This is one of the worst interceptions I've ever seen.
Really? Oh, I'm excited.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, here we go.
Oh, wow. He's backed up. All right. What? Oh, my goodness. What the heck? It looks like he tried to throw in the dirt or fake it and then didn't see the pressure at all. What was he thinking? Oh, man. That is a bad.
How is this guy in his 5th year in the NFL, and he still hasn't learned just to let a play die?
Yeah, stop playing hero ball, man. Come on, dude. All right. Anyway, so we got our player of the game. How would you grade today's performance?
I give it like a B. I mean, I'm not giving you an A. It was the Lions, but you came in, you took care of business, you made some adjustments that we wanted to see. So I'll give it a solid B all the way around.
Yeah, let's go a B. A B sounds good. I mean, again, I'm giving them a higher grade than usual because it is trick or treat night. I'm happy. I'm in a good spot. The fact that this game was over, fourth quarter, Minshew comes in. I can upload my Jalen Hurts video before the end of the game. That's Eagles football, baby. That. Usually I'm scrambling after the post game show to get all of this stuff together. Ty Book says B+. Yeah, I mean, there are good signs. The Eagles' defensive line dominated, and they dominated the run game on the ground. That there are some definitely really good signs there. You can't deny that. Let's wrap it up, man. Where can we find you, man? What do you got going on?
You can find me at _TPL on Twitter. Give me a follow there, and you can listen in to my podcast with Mark Henry Jr., Chalk Talk. Twice a week, we do a week review early in the week, usually Tuesday night, and then we do a preview Thursday or Friday for the upcoming week. So check us out there and jump on live. We like to interact with our viewers, but if you're not able to catch it live, you can always check it out on Apple Podcasts afterwards.
Eagles Super Bowl, baby. Eagles Super Bowl. No, I'm just kidding. All right, guys. Eagles moved to 3-5. Guys, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you to everybody for commenting live. Tons of fun. If you love the Eagles, please be sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Don't want to miss any of our Eagles content. For Shane, for myself, thanks for watching, guys. Stay awesome, everybody.